What's up everybody, I'm back. I know people have a lot of questions, so in order to address everything, I'll be live streaming an N64 triathlon here on my YouTube channel tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'll be playing that with the Smashbox, so if you want to see it, come check it out. 4 p.m. tomorrow. I'll do my best to answer any questions you guys have. In this video, I'm going to be talking about this controller right here. The Smashbox, designed by Hitbox, is a GameCube controller that's been translated into a flat fight stick style controller. This comes with a GameCube controller output, but you can use adapters to connect it to different consoles. I got a standard Raffnet adapter so I could use this for GoldenEye, and it works just fine. Holding most traditional controllers put your hands in an awkward position, which compromises blood flow and restricts all the work to just your thumbs and pointer fingers. The Smashbox grants you use of all of your fingers and keeps your hands in a more neutral position. The Smashbox was designed specifically for Smash players, but you can use this controller for a variety of games with similar precision. I'm going to go over everything you can do with this controller and then some potential legality issues. The layout of this controller can be a bit tricky to learn. The layout I'm using is the default layout that it came with, but you can reprogram the buttons to match different inputs if you want. This is the start button, the A and B buttons, the X and Y buttons, the L and R buttons. These two are button modifiers that are really just used for Smash. These yellow buttons are the C stick. C up, down, left, and right. And then this is the Z button. So none of that's that exciting. But the left side is where it gets interesting. You've got these 4 red buttons. These are the up, down, left, and right inputs, which correspond to the analog stick. You can combine these inputs to get diagonals. So that's 8 different angles we can make with these 4 buttons. Then there's 4 more inputs down here. These inputs can be set using a switch on the side to either the D-pad or tilt mode. In tilt mode, these become the X-axis 1 and 2 modifiers, and these are the Y-axis 1 and 2 modifiers. Holding these top modifiers will restrict your X or Y input to a very small range. Holding these lower modifiers will restrict your X or Y inputs to a larger range. There's also this button up here which restricts both the X and Y axis to a range in between the other modifiers. What all this means is by combining different analog and tilt inputs, we can create 56 unique angles. Let's say I want to move forward and right but not exactly upright, we want it further forward. To turn the angle slightly up, all you have to do is hold the X2 modifier, slightly restricting the analog input along the X-axis. Memorize these angles and you can fluidly move through 3-dimensional games. Now there's going to be a section of speedrunners who want this controller banned, so let's talk about that. First of all, this controller is very non-intuitive. It's not something that some beginner picks up and instantly becomes good with, and it's not something which enables you to do anything in-game that you can't with a standard controller. However, this controller has certain unintended benefits that we can't ignore. If you ever hear an Ocarina of Time speedrunner talk about extended super slide position, or the terms HES, WES, anything that ends with ESS, they're talking about an exploit which allows you to maintain speed and slide backwards really fast. Technically speaking, this trick is straightforward. If you tilt the control stick the slightest detectable amount while Link is standing, he will turn. But when the game was being programmed, they didn't set a speed value for Link when he's in this position. Instead, the game continues the speed from the previous frame, so if you recoil from damage or off a wall, hold this position and lock your camera with Z, Link will slide backwards indefinitely. You can change the angle of the slide by rotating the control stick through a tiny ring where Link will stay in ESS position. This is considered moderately difficult by speedrunners, but check this out on the Smashbox. The X1 and Y1 modifiers put Link in ESS, so all you have to do is recoil, hold these 2 buttons, and then rotate your fingers through the analog inputs. This is significantly easier. The Ocarina of Time leaderboard does allow ESS adapters, which change the way analog sticks function to make ESS easier, but that just in itself has been a controversial topic for years. This fundamentally changes how certain aspects of the game are played. The ability to maintain the control stick within a few millimeter range while in a tense situation is a skill that takes time to master. But with this controller, timing is the only thing you have to worry about. When it comes down to which controller has the most potential, again, there's nothing in-game you can do on a Smashbox that you can't with a standard controller, and the standard controller has way more angles. So should this be banned for Ocarina of Time and other games? I really want to hear what you guys think. I'm going to speedrun on this thing no matter what, because for me it's more comfortable. It allows me to practice for longer. I've got tendonitis on both my wrists, so for me holding these controllers for the amount of time it takes to get good at a game just isn't realistic. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. See ya.